Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion.
Hello there once again and welcome to Poetry in Motion Sunday. I'm Craig Lewis and you're watching episode 40. And starting with my first poem, this one's called How We Handled the Sewage Crisis. The fall to sewage spills at river sites urged him to consider twice about drinking pints of water from his tap. If it's not fit for me, he said, it's not fit for my cat, as he emptied the bowl of water, discovering the texture was black. The cat Pete called it Samuel. How much of a gent can he be, to feel he's one with his animal, like part of his family tree? The plight that he happens to see down a sink is awful, yet still me doesn't think it's as great as the one in the year of the great stink, which caused MPs to act and consider, how can we get rid of this stench from the river that caused a disease and became a killer in the 1830s when WCs were put into houses. Ideas came and talks were had, but Bazalgette's voice was the loudest and most relevant. A civil engineer known for intelligence. He saw those feces and effluent had flowed directly to the waterways, first the river, then the River Thames. He delivered things to the city of London, which changed the game, grew his fame till they knighted his name. If through this sewage crisis again we could maybe find such a brain, they'd be knighted too. Pete now filters the water they drink, cause that was the right thing to do. And moving on to my second poem, this one's called Who's the Mystery Rapper. He watched 1,000 Match of the Day replays for clues on this rapper called Diddy, the one with the fancy mask that he tried to search for on eBay. Of course, to no avail. He studied the interviews after the games and compiled on paper a list of the names. Which Premiership player fits the frame? He's 5'10" and a Cockney boy, so could be a gunner. There could be a wag in the crowd who looks like a stunner and knows this mystery well, who wonders if they broke up. Could she be paid to kiss and tell? Will this kid prevail? There's hardly 1 million clues. He must be half decent with 2.3 million views for that thrill tune. One thing's for sure, with Premiership money, he'll be needing no deal soon. Who needs a record label when you're paid to school goals and help climb the Premiership table to get them to Europe? With wages like that, he's got drip like it's syrup. But the question remains, which Premiership player fits the frame? He's 5'10" with a Cockney accent, fancy mask, he's into fashion, reproof in his lyrics, talking about how he gets 7 figures in digits. And moving on to my third and final poem, this one's called She Receives the Love She Gives. She said she's been awoken and embraced a newer self. Over self-distraction, she now votes for better health. Her skin now has that glow, there's much spring in her step. It's been 3 months no smoking blow, an old addiction she'd forget. Erase the numbers from her phone of those who had much great effect over how their thoughts and her actions would spark up and connect to choices that served the moment but would leave her much in debt, robbed her in her happiness and left her much upset. This would be the situation till the day she met someone who held the light to help illuminate her steps and was huge on self-respect. To say the least, she woke her from the slumber that she slept all through the years. The wisdom that she shared was embraced by her ears. She's found a friend that cares. Now she no longer fears the things that she once did. She's put them in a box and she's firmly placed the lid. She celebrates the fact she's found the way to live at peace with everyone. Now she receives the love she gives. And there you have it, your poetry fix from me this week. Hope you enjoyed. Until next week, short and sweet. Take care.
Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday.